Having spent the first 13 seasons of his career with Baltimore, Brian Roberts has made plenty of trips to Yankee Stadium, the old one and the new one. And after signing with the Yankees earlier this month, Roberts will be calling the Bronx his home in 2014. And he joins us now on the phone. Brian, great to have you with us. Let me ask you this. What was the sales pitch by the Yankees to you? And then what ultimately made you say, yeah, I want to play for the Yankees?
Well, as you know, I don't think that they need a whole lot of sales pitch most of the time. When you have the opportunity to play for such a storied franchise and an organization that is always going to give you a chance to win a World Series every year, it doesn't take a whole lot. So, as a kid, I think so many of us probably dream of putting that uniform on at some point. And I had an incredible opportunity to play so many years in one city, and it just was time to move on, I think.
Well, you look at the opportunity with the Yankees. Robinson Cano is gone. You'll probably get a lot of reps at second base. Last year, you were limited to 77 games, 268 at-bats. They'd probably like to count on you for more than that. Is that something you feel you're in a place that you can give them?
Yes, I definitely think so. That's what I was hoping to do last year, and unfortunately, the third game in, feeling second, the back of my hamstring popped, and we wasted probably 5 or 6 weeks before I had surgery, and so I felt like I would, really should have played a lot more games than I did last year. But I'm excited for the opportunity. My goal is just to come in and try and play as many games as they want me to be able to play, and obviously help us get to where we want as an organization.
Your career is very interesting because it almost looks like two different careers on paper. When you came up to 2009, a two-time All-Star, and then we just saw the injury to your knee last year, but there have been a variety of injuries over the last 4 years. A lot of fans know you because of what happened with your concussion symptoms. It kept you out of the game for a long time. Are you free and clear of all those symptoms now?
No, I am. It's great. That was by far, the hardest year and a half of my life. When you go through it, what I went through, I wasn't really thinking about playing baseball at that point. I was just thinking about trying to be a normal human being again, and live my life and be a husband and a father again. And so, honestly, I never would have come back to baseball if I hadn't been sure that the rest of that stuff was gone, and my doctors hadn't assured me of that and that sort of stuff. So it is nice to put that behind me and feel like I can go out and be just a baseball player again and not really worry about that stuff.
One of the things you said at the time was you needed to be back to a place where you could play the game instinctively. Is that where you're at right now?
Definitely. And that took a little while even after they give you the go-ahead. It's still in the back of your mind when you've been through that sort of thing. It's hard to get out there and just jump right back in. But given the amount of time that I've had now and playing last year, I really was able to just kind of get back on the field and play and enjoy playing and play the way that I always wanted to and always did for most of my career. So I'm excited to have that further and further behind me and be able to go out there and just enjoy the game.
You talked about the fact that you had some doubts. Do you feel like you have anything to prove to either yourself or the game of baseball?
I've never really looked at it that way. I've just tried to enjoy every day that I've had to play the game. We're so blessed to be able to go out there and do what we do on a daily basis and do something that we enjoy. I've never done it to try and prove anybody wrong or make some big name for myself or anything. It's just so going out here this year, I'm not doing anything different. I just want to play the game. I just want to have fun and just want to, my goal is to play in a World Series. I've had a lot of time to never play in a playoff game, and that's what I'm excited for.
Was staying in the American League East important to you? We know you have the history with the Yankees, obviously, having played so many years with the Orioles. You have the distinction of being the last out at the old Yankee Stadium, as you know, and we'll get a look at that. But was staying in the American League East important?
It wasn't necessarily the first thing on, my checklist with my agent, but I certainly enjoy the American League East. It's all I've known. Very familiar with the parks and the cities and the teams and the players and the organizations, and I think it's the best division in baseball, and I enjoy that challenge every day. But then, obviously, when you look at the history that's in our division, and you look at Boston, you look at New York, I mean, they're great destinations to play also. So for this to come about the way it did, I certainly didn't see this coming going into the off season, but I'm excited for the opportunity.
Well, obviously, you'll be closely connected to second base. I'd like to ask you what you think your role will be in 2014 with the Yankees, and have there been any discussions about you maybe moving around the infield a little bit?
No, we haven't really talked about that much. I did have a conversation with the organization a little bit about, what our role is what we were looking at, and it was something that appealed to me. And I, made it pretty clear that my objective, if somebody wanted me to and felt that I still could, was to play second base on a daily basis for the most part. As much as they wanted me to be out there, and as much as we thought it was smart to be able to do and keep me healthy for the long run. So that's our goal. I think that's my goal, is to be a second baseman a majority of the games, hopefully.
Okay, final thing. We're looking at the graphic of you on the phone. You have a little bit of a goatee. Can Brian Roberts succeed without facial hair?
Oh, gosh, my wife was going to love it. The Orioles, actually, we had a no facial hair policy probably for the first 10 years of my career. So I'm used to it, and I think it keeps it very professional, and I'm excited just for everything that goes along with being a Yankee.
All right, Brian, great to have you with us. Thanks for joining us on Hot Stove. Look forward to seeing you in a few weeks down in Tampa.
All right, thanks so much, guys. Look forward to seeing you.